All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to today's edition of SWAC Smoke, episode number 48. Man, these numbers is getting pretty big. Got C Wells over here, got DJ over there in his new location. Um, yeah, we're gonna need y'all to kind of pep him up a little bit. You know, he been doing his moving thing. So how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm making it. Getting settled in pretty nice.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, like I say, last week you switching your black and gold from east side, from west side to east side. So now you're East Division guy. So, you got to let us know how things going up there.
Oh yeah, will do. I'm excited to do that.
All right, man. So, is there anything you want to start off with today?
Not really, man. Really hadn't too much happen. I know I'm excited to see the Why Not Us this year. I see they took a different angle. Instead of going with a sports team, they went with an auxiliary. I think that's pretty dope, highlighting that.
Oh yeah, and that's one. You know, when you ask me next time if I seen it, I ain't gonna say no because you know I'm not missing that at all. That's appointment viewing, and you know I it'd be good for people to see. You know, I mean every auxiliary got do work and all of that, but it'd be great for people to see what the dolls are all about, man. In case you don't know, what's up, Los J in the house checking in. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely be tuned into that. So I'm eagerly excited, and especially coming off all the foolishness that happened a few weeks ago. So the dolls get to strut their stuff on TV. Even after all of the copyright stuff. So we get to do our thing right now.
So has that been known, or is that the actual reason why all of that stuff came out? Because once I didn't know that this whole Why Not Us thing was going to be on the Dancing Dolls, and now it makes me feel like she knew that was finna happen, and that's why all of that started.
I think like I said, probably being in that world, she probably heard something from somebody, but I don't think most people did not know. When I saw it, I didn't know it till I saw it yesterday. So, they did a good job of kind of keeping that, from really being, out early, but, maybe somebody put a bug in her ear. You never know.
Did she have a girl on y'all squad? I think one of the girls was on the team, right?
I think at one point, yeah. So
okay, somebody told somebody.
Somewhere somehow it got out. But that's neither here nor there now. So definitely, excited for that. And just man, shout out to Chris Paul, man. That guy is a guy that, just because you didn't go to HBCU, he goes now. But just because you didn't before don't mean you can't ingrain yourself in the culture. He comes from an HBCU family, so he has it. So he's doing what he can do, and I salute him big time. What's up, Joy Jackson?
Cameron, yeah, I knew somebody because she was making a rant about how they was treating one of her girls, and this and that. But like you said, that's over with. And one of the biggest takeaways from it is kind of like we try to do on this show is highlight all aspects of the culture of HBCU culture. So he's not leaving that part out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the sports and this and that, but this is a huge part of it. And, I want this to be shown to little girls all around the world. Like, you can do this too. You can go to one of these schools too.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we asked for when we asked for exposure. You want every aspect of the school, not just the football team, not just basketball. HBCUs are, an entire entity. So you take it step by step and highlighting, the Dancing Dolls is definitely a huge thing. So that's something I'm very, very excited about.
Right. Another hotline.
Go ahead.
Another hotline was the JSU donation. Folks been arguing about that.
Yes. But I don't. Man, Twitter is toxic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew as soon as I saw that somebody was gonna be fussing. You know what I mean? It's like the man donated to his alma mater. He donated to his friend. I mean, of course, everybody want to get dollars, but all I can say is you congratulate them and you move on, man. It's not, everything don't need to boil down to a pissing contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we arguing because another HBCU got some money. Now, do I feel like a lot of the same schools, excluding Jackson State, because they haven't always been one of those schools to my knowledge. Normally it's Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse, those schools getting the donations, but Howard, Hampton, those schools. But at the end of the day, like we always say, one win, we all win. It's still exposure. It's still, because Dr. Dre gave to USC, so Diddy could have gave to whoever he wanted to. So I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
it helps us out anyway
he
it go.
he not obligated to give to nobody. So
Yeah.
And I didn't gloss over that comment from Los J. Yeah, we a band school and we damn good at it. So you got to get the recognition. But it's like, why does everything need to be that? Like, of course, like I said, we all want to have our school be mentioned and that kind of stuff. But like you said, one win, we all win, man. Maybe that inspires somebody else to drop dollars. And just because you don't hear somebody dropping $1 million, don't mean somebody's not dropping money on your school. I mean, the last few years, Southern's had $2 or $3 million donations from regular people. So, it's there, like I said, if this can push people to do it, that would be great. But I don't think that everything needs to boil down to a competition. Like you had South Carolina State people upset. Like, why? You won the Celebration Bowl. Congratulations. It's like that don't automatically mean that Diddy need to give you money. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
It's just, everything's just competition, man. It's like nobody can be happy for somebody else.
One thing people got to realize, and I've been saying it over and over throughout these shows, is that this is a fact. Hate it or love it, but JSU, they have an unfair advantage. No matter how you look at it, prime is prime. Not many schools can get a prime. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to get some things that, maybe somebody else not going to get necessarily. Now, I worry about what Strahan doing. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some things here lately. I can't say that he hasn't done anything prior to that because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you got a personality like Prime and a person that he gets out there, he networks, he puts himself in places to be friends with stars because he had constantly got stars coming to the games. Yeah, it's an advantage. To me, it's unfair because most SWAC schools can't get that, but that don't mean I'm gonna hate on them because of that.
Yeah, I mean, number one, you would be stupid not to take advantage of an advantage like that. If any of our schools had that advantage, you supposed to take advantage of it. Your job is not to. I mean, your job is not to make everybody else happy. You need to take care of your program first, and everybody else needs to find a way to get where they need to go. Now, I'm not saying leave everybody in the dust, but you can give a blueprint, but everybody not gonna be able to follow that blueprint step by step. You might need to skip a step or two, or maybe you got an advantage somewhere else that they don't. But he has the exposure, the visibility, the name, all of that, and you got to take advantage of it. I mean, he puts himself out there. Like a few weeks ago, he was like, "Man, I'm coming to Hilton Head, South Carolina, man. I want to pull up on y'all school." And coach was like, "Hey, come through." And what I mean, it's a simple little thing, but that's something that gets put out there, and it is something that really helps them. So you just got to find a way. I know I say that a lot, and I don't have no answer on how, but they would be crazy not to take advantage of that situation. So they're doing what they're supposed to do.
I wonder if what Los J talking about. I wonder if, and not to say that he has to or should, but I wonder if, say, Strahan going more public with what he's doing, if that will garner any more attention or make people do a little bit more You know what I mean? Like, do you think that's contagious? So Strahan does for his school. Do you think Donald Driver may do something for Alcorn? Or I'm not saying he don't do anything, but like, do you think what if they came together collectively? All of those greats, Robert Mathis, Donald Driver, Rice, Strahan, all of those guys come together collectively and do stuff for the conference.
I think that would be a great look. Like I say, I'm not gonna get in nobody's pockets and tell them how to, how to handle their money. Right. But I think that, anything that you can do, man, to take advantage of, what you've done and what the league has done for you, because without the SWAC, I mean, yes, those guys could have went anywhere and been great, but you did it here. You did it at, TSU, Alcorn, wherever, yeah, like you say, maybe one big show of force, maybe that can kind of get the ball rolling. But, like I said, it's not, you're not obligated to do it, but like it may push people in the right direction, Maybe,
that's a good idea. Maybe something come up like that. Maybe Dion get all the SWAC legends back together again for something, other than the Hall of Fame thing, but like showing at a game or say, like Kaepernick did, I put up 10, you match my 10 at your institution. Competition like that, or just little friendly things like that, let's all give back.
Yeah, I mean, because those guys are competitive, man. So it's like if your boy, like you said, your boy put up 10 and like, hey, what you gonna do? You not gonna not do it. So yeah. I think, any little thing, and like, like the classic, take that Birmingham game, man. Make that a yearly East versus West, non-conference affair. Make that your Legends game. You get all your people, you know what I'm saying? You get all your people come through and make a big showing of it, man. Just you got to try everything, man. You got to try whatever you can, because nothing's gonna just come to you. So you have to try it. I mean, what can it hurt? Like you can do like a SWAC fundraiser or whatever that weekend, or whatever, have a gala or whatever, and do it that way, One big fell swoop, come through, have a game, have the guys there, bring them out on the field, let them, do whatever, and you promote all. So I would love something like that.
Even if you can take it a step further, say you don't want to ask Donald Driver to give his money, ask him to show up, charge people $5, to do a meet and greet a person. That's gonna make money right there. You know what I'm saying? Like any of those things for people to get up close and personal, take a picture with him, shake his hand. Man, people will do a lot to do that. That's from those schools. You know what I'm saying? So you can charge probably $20 a person. And
yes,
who ain't gonna want to go meet Jerry Rice at Valley? Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like when it, anything, man. Like I don't know, you guys. I used to go to Comic Cons and stuff like that, comic conventions or whatever, and you paying like $60 to get in, but then you paying like $30 to meet somebody over Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? So people will pay to meet these guys. Shake hands. Talk, whatever. Yeah. It can't hurt. It can't hurt at all. Autograph sessions, exactly, man. You get, like I said, you have that game. You get you get your players from each school. Maybe you do it like on Thursday or whatever. You get the guys come in. They here. The legends are here. People get them. Interact. It
like
sells itself, man.
Bowl. The Senior Bowl, you got all these tables set up, and you just go by and get autographs from these people. So, I mean, I don't know who we need to talk to, but I kind of got a feeling, and I'll tell you this off the air, I may be able to get closer to one of those people that's played in the league, that's a current head coach, in the SWAC right now. And maybe that person can, that'll be receptive because of the connection,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it doesn't hurt to try, man. You got to, we like I say, we sitting on the cusp of a lot of great things. but you have to kind of step out there sometimes. You know, everything is not going to be easy and cut and dry. So sometimes you got to find different avenues, and that's a great one right there. That's a great one.
Let me ask you this, and maybe Lowe's J can speak to it, and I don't want to stay on this topic, forever, but people like Strahan, Driver, um, I mean, we beat the dead horse with Rice, but some of those individuals who come out of, because I don't really hear Driver really talk about his time at ASU. So my question is, and not that they have to, but what do you think? Like that would be such a great voice for them to at least promote and be proud of where they came from. Like people are proud of the Ohio State University. Like some people are proud of where they came from and they constantly talk about it. But some of those guys, like they Strahan on TV every day, and he's talked about it a little bit more since Dion came, but to me, he should, he has the platform to really make TSU bigger than what it is. You know, Ricky Smiley, he talk about Alabama State to me, but he's a Roll Tide guy. He talk about them more than anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, like those native Bama people, man. They kind of got that in them. You know, you can't take that out of them. But I would say, I can't speak for nobody's school, but a lot of times, guys, the schools don't make it easy for them.
Aeneas
they don't. Yeah, they don't really roll out the red carpet for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at how back. I don't think it's that way no more. But like back in the day at Miami, man, everybody that played football at Miami was at the games on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So one of the coaches came through and changed that, and they didn't want to come back no more. It's like you need to make guys feel welcome. Whether it's your superstar guy or your third string running back that didn't play, but he probably gonna be the one that interacts more with kids because he probably coaching. That's the guy that's gonna badmouth your program. So, like that was one of the things I thought that Coach Dooley did great before the spring game when he had the little crawfish ball for all us football alumni just for them in the north end zone. And they came out and guys came back who had not been back. There's certain guys that you see a lot, but some guys hadn't been back. And you just got to make people feel welcome. And sometimes you gotta, go along to get along. Sometimes you gotta kiss a little butt, but you gotta put egos aside and understand that everything that you're doing is for the greater good.
Do you have a sort of a personal relationship with the guys, SWAC and the Fool, specifically the one that went to Alcorn or that's a fan of Alcorn?
I mean, I don't have I know him, but I'm not like, I don't know him, but I can reach out.
I would just like to know. I would like to know, and it don't have to be on no public platform, but how much does, I keep harping on him, but I'm just interested to know how much Driver deals with them.
Oh, we can always, reach out and find out. Yeah. I mean, G ain't gonna be shy about telling you what's going on. So, if anybody that you ask, he gonna be the one to tell you because he don't keep nothing low key. So, at all. So, I like I said, man, I ain't got no problem reaching out. We can reach out and kind of, maybe get some of the dialogue about what's, as much as we can, because, it's always, you just kind of always got that kind of curiosity factor,
Facts. We can move on past that.
Well, let me throw one at you.
Go ahead.
All right. This is probably just a Baton Rouge Southern issue, but a few weeks ago, some, people have been talking about JSU attendance and, how they packing the vet all the time. They always drew 30,000 regardless of what their team was like. And somebody from Southern was like, we pack 1 for 2, except for when LSU playing Alabama, we stay at home and watch the game. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That I don't get that. Can somebody explain that to me? Can you explain to me how that school will keep you from you're a regular season ticket holder at Southern. You go to all the games, and this is the game you don't go to because you don't want to miss that game. I don't get it.
That's I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep it PG, but they have a term for that. It's a syndrome that we have, and I think that's what it boiled down to, because I keep asking how soon or how quickly do we forget? You know what I'm saying? It haven't been that long ago, and I'm not, like I always say, I'm not saying you can't be a fan of whatever because you got black kids play for them schools now. But how quick do we forget? Like schools like Alabama didn't even want you on their campus, like didn't want you, so they can't be my first love. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't want me. You only wanted me because you benefited from me. So I can't put them above. If I'm a season ticket holder, like right now. I purchased season tickets at Bama State, purchased them on Monday. I prefer Auburn over Alabama, and I'm closer to Auburn right now. But you ain't going to catch me going to an Auburn game before Bama. If Bama State playing at home, I'm not going to no Auburn game. That's over with. That's not even a thought. If I want to keep up with it, I'll check it on my phone. But I'm going to Bama State. That's just how I think and how I am, And like Joe Jackson said, they still don't want us. They only want what you can do for them.
Yeah, you're a piece of the puzzle. You're a number.
You're a money maker. That's what
yes.
You are.
If you ever, I know a lot of us are we in tune with all that stuff. You see a guy decommit from one of them schools, man. They just tear him a new one. Kids leave early, they tear him a new one.
Yep.
They bring you in. You're a 4-5-star guy. They bring you in. Before your freshman season is up, they already talking about who the next 5-star they're going to bring in. You haven't even stepped foot on campus yet, and they're already talking about the 23, 24 class. You're not anything but a piece of the puzzle. And, I'm the same way when it comes to – I like Florida State, but if they playing on TV and Southern is playing at home, my butt is in Mumford. My phone is out, and I'm checking on timeouts to see, what the score is. But I'm not gonna miss a home game for anybody's game, man. Like I go to LSU games sometimes with my nephew. Well, when he was living down here, but we went on off weeks that Southern had a road game, and they, I catch the game on TV that night or whatever. But I'm not gonna not go to Southern game to sit at home and watch the LSU game. That's just.
And nowadays we have more ways of watching. Even on road games. So when Southern play away now, you can watch Jackson State on streaming, Southern sometimes on stream. So we have other ways to even watch our teams in. So I still be skeptical because if Southern or Bama State playing away, but Southern and Jackson playing and I can see it on the stream, I actually want to stay home and see that versus go watch I can watch PWI game on TV later or whatever.
Yeah, that's always on TV.
Yeah, so I be wanting to see us, especially in the meat of the season. So it's just to answer your question, it's weird. And like I said, when we had the Arkansas UAPB game, people wearing split shirts, but the only people that was doing that was people on our side.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They not wearing that.
And that's another thing that's kind of got me. And I'm not gonna really dredge this too long, but. They're this week on the news down here. They're building up the Southern LSU game. They calling it, they call it something, the Battle for Baton Rouge or whatever. I'm like, how's it a battle? They got 85 scholarships. We got 63. It's like we got, it's not an even game, so it's not a battle. But they trying to build it up that way. And I could probably bet somebody gonna be in there with a half LSU and half Southern shirt. And if I see them, I'm gonna be like, man, what the hell are you doing? You either pick one or you don't.
I don't think they're gonna do that, man. I think y'all better than that in Baton Rouge, man.
I hope so. And I know one year Southern did play. One year we played Texas Southern. We played on the same night LSU and Alabama was playing in Baton Rouge. The other Southern game was a little bit early. Now one time we moved up a basketball game for LSU championship football game. I'm like, y'all crazy. But that's just, that's just how it go.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
mean, I don't even want to. I'm honestly debating on even going, man. Like, you know, I don't really feel like no need to do that. Yeah, see, in Baton Rouge, they don't have that rule.
They
We
used to have
play.
that rule. I think they don't have that no more because when I
No,
went
they
to
don't
FAMU
because 1 year Southern and FAMU played in Tallahassee the same night Florida State was playing Louisville. So I think they stopped that, or they tried not to do it as much. But in Baton Rouge, it's a lot of times that we have games on the same day at night, both at night. You know, so you know we far enough apart that doesn't make a difference. You know, I guess you just, if you want them people on the fence, I guess you just choose. You know, you see who Southern playing that night, and then you decide. You know, if you're gonna go or not. But
you know, to your point, and it's getting to my next order of business, but we can kind of merge into recruiting. And like when you made the point about, you know, when guys leave and they get ripped apart, it kind of made me think about your interview with DeGabriel Floyd, you know, when he was talking about his condition and how they just kind of put him on restriction and basically like, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, you came in with this high expectation, and the minute you have a little bit of a hiccup, we done.
they should. They don't just shut you down, and that made me think, because I see a lot of kids get medically retired, and I know for a while Bama was using that as a way to process guys out of the program, which I think is dirty as hell, but it's not illegal. So, you know, if here's a kid that, you know, you wanted him. He was a 4-star kid. He wasn't some, you know, no offense to anybody who was a lower ranked kid, because, you know, we had some low ranked guys going to be legends, but this kid was a 4-star guy. Everybody wanted him. You got him. You come in, you know, you find something wrong, and you just wash him out the program completely. You know, it's like you don't even encourage him to stay in school. You know, it's like you just push him on out the door. Like, you know, if he decided to leave on his own, that's fine, but you push him out the door, and, you know, you don't leave the door open for a return or not. You know, I mean, it's like it's always numbers, you know, and that's one thing I wish a lot of people can see, you know.
And even with Prime, you know, one thing that I like, and other coaches do it, but, you know, Prime's just a lot more public with his stuff. But I like the fact that, you know, when guys leave his program, when they kind of pushed out, he speaks up on them. You know what I'm saying? He talks good about them to other coaches, and he try to help them find a new home. He don't mind speaking up on their behalf. And that's important. You know, every guy ain't going to make your squad. But if you know this guy got good character and all that, he ain't done nothing wrong, he just might have a medical issue or whatever, speak up for that guy.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's you know, it don't hurt nothing to say, especially, I mean, you know, you don't want to blow smoke, but if you know if you know a kid is a legit worker and he got caught up in, I mean, everybody got numbers games. Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, Southern got like 30 running backs, so somebody gonna get caught up in the mix. But if this kid come to practice every day, he go to class, he do everything that, you know, he need to do, but he just not gonna see the field, and he wants to get in the portal, why not, you know, promote him? Man, this kid, you know, he not leaving for disciplinary reasons. He just want a shot. And, you know, he's a hard worker. He's a good kid. He do this, he do that. That's going to help him. You know, that's going to help him a lot.
Man, pin that one up, man. That comment right there, I didn't really want to say that, but that's why Driver kept coming to my head, because his son, you know, just went through the recruiting process. And it was never even a thought about his son coming to HBCU, you know. So it made me, that's why I'd be wondering where their heads at. And, you know, most people say they can understand why, but I mean, I feel like I would probably at least my son will go, if I was a legend at one of these schools, my son going on a visit there. It's his choice, but I'm going to encourage him to take a visit there. You know what I'm saying? This is where dad played. You can make it from here too, you know. And if I got the money, You know, we're not worried about resources. I got money. I can send you to the best training facilities. You gonna eat. So you really lacking nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you're not losing at all. And I'm
No.
gonna tell you, he might get mad, but if I had a son that was a Power 5 recruit, one way or another, this hat gonna be on the table. I don't care if you don't pick him. That hat gonna be sitting there, and I'm gonna be pointing at it because I want y'all to know who this is. You know what I mean? I always feel like it don't hurt to take a visit, especially if the school is in your area. Or like you said, you a person with the finances and resources to take a trip. You went to school there. Bring the kid with you. Come back for a game. Bring the kid with you. Let them tour the facilities. Whatever. But
let them see how the fans treat you when you come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Legend, that make them feel good. Like, dang, I can get this same, thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm never gonna say, you make a kid go where, where you want them to go, but you need to at least
expose them,
and let them make the decision. And nowadays, you go there, bro, the door open when you hit the portal. You can call them when you hit the portal. It's not closed because you didn't go there initially. And that kind of is something I don't want to talk about it a lot, but people need to change the thought process on transfers. Is not like it used to be. You recruiting twice now. Used to be if a guy transferred, he definitely washed out somewhere. Yeah. But now, kids are going to the portal for a multitude of reasons. So it's just a whole nother level of recruiting now. It's not the same. I see people, fussing about transfers and stuff, but it's not the same. It's different now. You get very good guys out of the portal, guys that have started places, and not in trouble, but they want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like a premium used car lot,
Yeah, it is. I got a slightly used safe. I was like, hey, very little mileage, he ready to go.
Hey, just as good. Like new.
Like new. Hey, only 4 games on his body. Let's go. He ready.
Well, yeah, speaking of that, I see A&M got a couple of more guys out of the portal. JSU got another tight end, and they got another DB. And I'm still trying to figure out where A&M and JSU putting these people, because man, both of them schools and got a ton of people, man.
Like we talk about JSU, but A&M has like 30 something guys only that's transfers in since last signing period. They brought in like 36 guys out the portal.
Where the other guys at?
That's what I'm saying. What happened? I know you're trying to turn your defense. What's up, Big Thrillo, man? I'm glad you're here. Yeah. I know you like you say, trying to turn your defensive roster over and whatnot, but somebody has to still be there, right? Like,
man, I don't know.
I mean, everybody's loading up on guys, man. Like Southern, every time Southern asks somebody, like, where you putting them? Because we had added a whole new secondary 3-team deep. It's like we know. Yeah. So I'm eager to see what everybody's numbers are going. But
did we get influx of scholarships or something, or what? At the FCS
that's what I'm saying. We got some money that came in somewhere that we don't know.
Everybody ain't playing for free.
Yes. I mean, you might have a few guys might want to go play for Coach Prime for free. And this ain't no slight to no other coach, but there's really no other coach in the league that you automatically want to go play for free, unless you from there or something like that. But, it's if they operate in that way, man, they definitely putting a target on themselves, because they are going, like, defensively, man. If their defense is not a top 3 or 4 defense with the guys that they bringing in, then it's gonna be rough. So I'm just eager for this season, man. I'm honestly ready for the rubber to meet the road. That's where I'm at right now.
I want to know who is the 1-star player that volunteered to join out of all the guys.
Yeah, I want to talk to that guy. If y'all know a guy that transfers somewhere, no money, walking on, but he a big time dog on the field, man, y'all send him our way. Cause I wanna, that ain't even no joke. I just want to pick your brain, man.
Can y'all send anybody to PB? We need some people. We didn't get nothing really. We got about 3 people, man. Yeah, y'all got somebody y'all don't need. JSU, all them people, man, that y'all kicking out. So go on, send them to Pine Bluff.
Shit, even Prairie View got 2 or 3 dudes out the portal last week.
Yeah, well, no, this week. People.
Everybody making moves. Valley making moves.
Valley, yeah.
Bethune-Cookman making moves.
Yeah. Now I meant to bring this up. I seen SWAC and the Food post that what's the guy? Corey Reed was at Bethune-Cookman. Have you seen that?
No, I hadn't seen that yet. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, SWAC and the Food posted Jalen Jones, Corey Reed, and the tight end. You know what I'm saying? So if Corey Reed at Bethune-Cookman, that could be big, man.
Yeah, I mean that's with what they what they trying to put together with their offense. Yeah. That makes their offense a little bit more.
Yeah, because he wasn't bad at JSU.
No, he was a really good receiver. And they need another pass catcher, man, to help out Everett. And if Jalen Jones is the quarterback, then the offense, is gonna be a little bit more explosive with the run game. And I'm eager to see that. And that makes that JSU game a little bit better, moving that game in Jacksonville. That's a big look too. So got Bethune.
Now I was finna say before we touch on what your wife was saying, Los J made the comment that don't nobody want to play for Doc Gamble, man. Which, I don't really want to say too much, but I think I can see why. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't strike me as just a football guy like that. I hope that's not true. If so, we need to make a move after this season because that ain't gonna work.
And we got a bulldog in the house trying to see if any other bulldogs are in the house. If y'all are, man, y'all represent. Shout out to Alabama A&M. A lot of y'all probably don't really care about this, but it was a big thing to me. I actually got a retweet from the Alabama A&M official university Twitter account about my DeGabriel Floyd interview. So I thought that was, something that made me feel a little good. So that was just something for me.
Shout out to C. Wells, man.
Hey, just trying to do what I do. But jumping back to Doc Gamble, I think yeah, there you go. He about to get started. I think the spring was the worst thing to happen to Doc Gamble, man. That spring season, I think that was the worst thing to happen to him. It was good. Don't get me wrong. This is a golden lion in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
He came and helped me out, I think, last week. If it's the same person when we was talking about the bands, I think we was tag teaming a little bit.
Hey, don't know. Sorry for the confusion. Hey, Pine Bluff represent. I think, I just think winning the West and all of that, I think maybe it raised expectations a little bit too high. And like we said multiple times, they lost a gang of people in the portal over that from the spring to the fall. So, he's got himself in a position where he's gonna have to, build back up quickly.
And I hope some people, I'm not trying to tell guys not to leave if they feel like they can do better, but 2 of the main guys that transferred off that team, we ain't heard from them since. One of them is playing in the Arena League with Skelton, the safety. But, I mean, when they went to their other schools, they were just on the team. So, just because you have a good season in the SWAC, you think you can just go somewhere else and have that same success. It don't always work like that. Sometimes you got to finish it out where you started.
Yeah, sometimes it's better for you That's one of the things I liked about Isaiah Land. He was, he felt the way, and he made a decision that, you can say was a little emotional, but after thinking about it and talking to his people, he realized that this is the place for him. FAMU is the place for him. That's where he can make his mark. He can continue to do what he do, and when he leaves, he has another great season. He's gonna be a guy whose name is always mentioned now. That's not always gonna happen when you go somewhere else,
Right. I was the SU game last year since for attendance. Man,
them people. All right, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I was there. You know how some people. It was a cold weather game that's something a lot of people in Baton Rouge don't like. And Southern was having a horrible season. I expected the crowd to be better that game, but the next week everybody came out for JSU. So I think people got caught up in the matchups. We ain't played FAMU at home since 2008, I think. So there's a lot of people who don't have that Southern FAMU connection like I do. And I thought I wasn't too enamored with the crowd. I was not enamored with the game at all. But I was surprised. I mean, because we played Alcorn, I think, the week before, and then we played FAMU. So it just kind of got mixed in there. And I never wanted all those games to be week, back to back. If at that just I wasn't a fan of that at all, and I was not happy with the attendance for that game at all. Have you heard anything about that St. Louis game?
Nah, I ain't heard nothing about it. The other I know about the one in Mobile when they played Jackson State in Mobile, but that's it.
Let me address my boy. We do travel, man. We do travel. If we didn't travel, then nobody would be in Arlington, Texas. So, and nobody was in the Cotton Bowl on the other side of the stadium. And nobody's in them orange seats except for the Columbia blue and gold. So we do travel. Unfortunately, Southern people are mad weird when it comes to home games. They don't like to come. And then he had to take a shot at FAMU too. So I let my boy get his stuff off. Los J is like the third member of this show, if y'all don't realize that.
He be on one.
This situation is why a lot of people are kind of frowning on classics. You have to be careful of what you get yourself into. People want to get you there, but they not hyping the game up. I mean, I know it's a bit away, but you need to start letting people know that this game is taking place. Only people who know is people who follow the schools closely.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a good turnout, one of your guys, and I'm talking to Pine Bluff, one of your guys is from St. Louis, and he's a good player on your team, man. You need to put that out there. I mean, come on. It sells itself.
And Mark Evans, the second.
Yeah. I mean, that's a St. Louis guy, man. Put it out there. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have people there, but, it don't cost nothing to say, promote the game, man. Get people to the game. I don't understand why people don't promote games. It doesn't hurt you to promote a game. And that goes for a lot of classics. That's not just that one. But, promote the games. Why wouldn't you? I don't understand.
Yeah, why have it at a neutral site if you ain't going to promote it? You ain't going to benefit from that.
Yeah, they moved that game, so that's kind of on them. But I think, it's a good opportunity. I know Jackson State going to be there. So Bethune-Cookman, are you gonna bring people? It's not a long trip from Daytona to Jacksonville, so make that little trip to Duval, man. Don't miss it.
Hey, Joey Jackson say Grambling travel.
They do. They don't go to home games.
Oh, okay.
Grambling people don't go to Grambling, but they go everywhere else. They don't always come to New Orleans though, so don't let them fool you. FAMU don't travel better than Southern, man. I'm not even gonna. That Southern FAMU game was part of the reason why FAMU wanted to come to the SWAC. Y'all know that we brought half of Baton Rouge to that game. we don't come to home games either. So I guess it's a Louisiana thing.
I'm with Timothy, man. I think most of these games need to be played at home. Minus
Yeah,
your
I
Magic
mean,
City Classic, minus your Bayou Classic. But other than that, man, it ain't many games that you need to move.
and it don't always work. It don't always work. You know, it's taking a game that can probably draw, I don't know, even 10,000 people in a 15,000 seat stadium is better than drawing 10,000 people in a 75,000 seat stadium. It's economics. Plus, you keep the money.
Right.
You
already broke. You know what I'm saying?
So why would you? I mean, that's like being broke and getting more bills. It's like you're not helping yourself. I don't know. I don't know who. I think I might start my own poll. The Wells Report.
Man, they need to come up with like I said earlier, the black conferences, all four need to come to a decision and say, okay, this is the poll, this is how it's going to be scored, this is how we're going to rank things, instead of just letting individuals just come up with it, or the agencies outside of they need to just pick one and let that be it.
Let it be. I think that we need to have some kind of solidarity. This is a good comment. I wanted to put this up, and this piggybacks off of what I was saying. People in the region that are HBCU people don't even know this game is taking place. Why wouldn't you? You don't need to get. I think one of the things that people get lost in when it comes to classics is just you need your two schools to turn out, but you need to get the community to turn out too. That's what, other than besides the history and all of that, that what makes the Bayou Classic what it is, man. It's people be in there. I had somebody sit behind me, and this is no lie. The team on the field warming up, and they said, which team is Grambling? I really wanted to stand up and slap them because Grambling got a big G on their helmet. But they were there because they wanted to check out the game. They were from the area that want to check out the game. So that's you need that community to boost the attendance. So you got to promote these games, man. It don't cost nothing to start an Instagram page if you ain't got one.
Yeah, I've been to the Bayou Classic and sat around people who had no affiliation with either school. They were just there to enjoy it and have a good time. They just, we always heard about it. We just came to check it out. You know what I'm saying? So, and then with the St. Louis thing, a lot of UAPB people in St. Louis, that's a pipeline for us. A lot of those St. Louis, Chicago, those people get in-state tuition. So from Chicago down to Dallas, that's a pipeline. So there's so many alums in that area that probably don't know nothing about the game.
Yeah. And address this comment. I never was a fan of that game being in North Texas at all. Dallas, Arlington. It's a home and home thing, man. Like I didn't like when Southern played Prairie View in Dallas years ago. I just, I just like home and home. That's a home and home situation. I don't think that every game needs to be at a neutral site. That brings me. Yeah, let's start the Trophy Chasers poll, man. Hey, we can make that happen. That did lead me to something else. I don't know if you had heard this being kicked around, but some people were suggesting that Pine Bluff take Jackson State's spot in the Southern Heritage Classic.
Nah. Well, I mean, like, since Jackson State ain't gonna be playing in it no more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do the numbers, man. I don't think that it's gonna draw like JSU.
And this is a good comment, and that kind of leads to something that I know a lot of people already been doing it. Doing away with divisions. I think the ACC, they're doing away with divisions. They go into a pod scheduling system where you play 3 teams every year, and then you rotate everybody else, over the next 10 years, so you don't miss nobody too big a gap, and then you take top 2 teams for a championship. Especially with the SWAC playing the championship game at home, I think you need to work your best opportunity to get your best 2 teams to match up. Now, think about a JSU FAMU championship game last year. That would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I would have been there. So, no offense to Prairie View, because Prairie View had a great season and they played hard in that game. But I think that, that's more money. It's more money. East and West is nothing but scheduling convenience, Yeah, you got to make it an event. You just can't say, we got the game on Saturday, y'all come through, and then, maybe we have 5th quarter after the game. You got to make it be something that people want to travel to, Otherwise, you got people just going to the game on Saturday and going home. Yeah, I can see that. I know Bethune-Cookman playing Tennessee State for Tennessee State homecoming this year, so that might be an opponent. But again, that's a number situation. I don't know, what they gonna do. So right now, I guess TSU just looking and waiting to see what falls in their lap.
I kind of want to talk about that comment about 60% of HBCU graduates don't follow after earning a degree. I know a lot of people. There's a few comments up.
All right, I'll see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, I got it.
But I know a lot of people that don't. You know what I'm saying? Including one of my closest friends who was a dual sport athlete. But he see whatever they post on Instagram, but most of his source of information come from me. You know what I'm saying? He don't. So a lot of people don't follow, and that be the drop off. You know what I mean? And in attendance and all that stuff, because they don't pay attention.
Yeah, I think we all know somebody that went to school with us or went to school before us or after us, whatever, that don't want nothing to do with the school. People like to use any experience they had that wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to wait in line for this and that, which we all had to do. And we talked about that multiple times, but we all had to go through it. That's a part of the system. That's a part of it. My sister was going through it at Southern, and she went to Southern in 1985 to when I went to Southern in 94. So it's the same. But that's no reason for you to hold that against the school. You're not unique in that way,
Yep.
Yeah, people they don't give it an opportunity to see if it's better. They just turn it back and don't come back.
But people get treated all kind of ways at PWIs, and we have endless support for them.
Oh yeah. You got people, putting racial stuff out there on the campus, and you still flocking over there. You see how people treated Travis Hunter when he chose JSU, but you're still flocking over there. It's you can't half and half it. It's like what's good for one got to be good for the other one, but right. It's not that. Oh yeah, guys get there's a lot of guys that get pushed through life, school, because they're good at sports, and that's that's always gonna be something that is a downfall for some of them guys, and that's why they go to those Power 5 schools, because they're gonna continue to. They don't have to challenge themselves. It's like when you get pushed through, you don't want a challenge. I saw this right before we went on Al. This is gonna have some shockwaves, huh?
What's the point of that?
Money, TV money. They willing to be the furthest West teams in a conference. That the closest team to them now would be Nebraska because of money. The money is booming, man. People are jumping. They jumping for money, and that's gonna make shockwaves through FCS. You know, I mean, the WAC, they going through changes. They want to be some of that conference want to be an FBS conference. Some don't. You know, you got schools like Incarnate Word and Lamar that said they were going to the WAC. Now they not. You know, it's going to be a lot of dominoes if this takes effect. It's going to be a lot of dominoes.
I seen something today about Prime discussing further about possibly merging the MEAC with the SWAC and, you know, forming a super conference. Do you foresee that happening since some of these other conferences are folding and losing people?
I think in the, you know, not in the near future, but I think it's a possibility. I mean, like Big Thrillo said here, I mean, you know, they're gonna make 4 super conferences and they're gonna do their thing, and they're gonna leave everybody else, and you're gonna have to, you know, find some kind of way to survive, you know. So it's gonna be one of those, you know, maybe you split the league up, this group moves up, this group don't. But it's I would rather the MEAC, you know, continue to be, you know, an entity of their own and stay strong. But if they don't, then you have to start to kind of look at that, you know, and see, especially if we continuing to grow to the level that I think we can. So I can see it happening. I don't think it will happen, but I can definitely see it happening. Exactly. You know, Pac-10 schools, they pride themselves on being academic, you know, institutions of the highest regard. But you're jumping to another conference that, like I said, you're thousands of miles away from everybody. Think about the trip from Rutgers to UCLA and USC. I mean, yes, they got money to fly, but that's a long trip for your golf team. You know what I'm saying? That's a long trip for your basketball team. You know, it's like, and then you're in a conference like that, and you know, because of scheduling and distance, you're not gonna play everybody. So what's the point of even being in a league where you don't play a team but once every 8 years, like the ACC was doing at one point? That makes no sense, you know. I think at some point, I think, you know, FBS is gonna be in a lot of people's eyes. So.
I just started watching a little bit of that right before we got on the air, so I'm gonna finish watching that episode. I'm interested to see how that episode go.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm definitely gonna put that on my watch list. Man, I think all bowls are gonna be in trouble. And that kind of leaves, and that put a thought in my head. You know, a lot of teams, MEAC teams, everybody, you know, they holler playoffs. But a lot of the schools holler playoffs, they want to go FBS. You're going to FBS, you're not making the playoffs out of the Sun Belt Conference USA. So just be real. You want money. You know, like if you didn't, you wouldn't move. So it's money is steering the car, and you got to be careful, man. At some point, you can crash that car because of money, man. Oh yeah, once West Virginia joined, they you know they put everything out of reach, worrying about distance. You know, you going from West Virginia to Oklahoma and Lubbock, Texas. Like, man, come on. It's like ACC stretch from Syracuse, New York to Miami, Florida. That's a lot of travel, man. Like, and that's you know, I think that's the thing that I really want to be careful with us. You know, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, you know. But, you know, if you got enough people that you can match people up with each other, then I think you can come out all right. Oh yeah, it's all about making money, man. You got to put yourself in the best position. One thing I did want to touch on before we get out of here, and it's a basketball thing. I don't know how many of y'all really keep up with basketball, but there's a kid named Hansel Emmanuel. Have you seen him? The kid with the one arm.
Yeah.
He has Bethune-Cookman in his top 3 schools. So I think oddly Northwestern State was one of them. I don't know why that is. Their basketball team is horrible. And the other one was Memphis, and I think he might go to the G League. But that's a guy who is viral when it comes to basketball. I don't know if you've seen him play, but dude can work with one arm, man. He nice. So, if that's a guy that can get in the SWAC,
they're gonna pack some gems. They're gonna pack some gems.
Yeah, I definitely be there because I love to watch him play, man. That dude is nice. Yeah, he's from Dominican Republic. He did have Tennessee State on that list too. So I mean, like, if Bethune-Cookman could pull that one off, man, I think that would be a big boom, man. That's kind of what I'll say about basketball. If you can get one of these one and done kids, for that 1 year, I mean, as long as you continue to be your program, that only boosts your program. So
yeah.
we didn't have to go there, man. We could have left TSU out of this.
Yeah, man, let the dude live, man. Let him come to the SWAC before you start talking noise, man. Don't push him away.
That man gonna want to come to Bethune-Cookman now, so he can come to Houston and drop 30 on y'all. But hey, it wouldn't be a show without TSU getting their basketball in, though. So you gotta love it.
I'm getting ready. I'm gonna watch that Durant interview tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Oh, I ain't saying leave y'all out. I'm just saying, man, let the rest of us have a little moment from time to time. Y'all don't have to always remind us that y'all are the best.
Speaking of that, shout out to Dawn Thornton. She added that one chick with Zay Green and a couple chicks out of Little Rock, UALR, which is the most probably stable basketball program in the state of Arkansas. So she's trying to put together something to beat Jackson State and Alabama State.
I like Pine Bluff team last year, man. They were very solid. I mean, they had a couple of rough stretches in the middle of the season, but they had size. I don't think they always had shooting, but they definitely had size
at all.
They had size for days, and they played JSU tough twice. So
yeah.
They are, they can continue to grow, and like you said, they should bring in some great players. They're gonna be dangerous, man. They definitely gonna be dangerous. So I mean, we need somebody to step up to the plate, and at least make it a challenge,
Yeah.
That's a solid fact. A lot of things come down to numbers, and we all know everybody's school was like highly, the ratio was always off, and you losing guys to those bigger schools, that bumps down the level of guy that you're bringing in. So I think now things are at least that mid-level guy you got a better shot at now. Oh, Jamie G, bro, you late, man.
Yeah, must have had else finna go eat now.
Oh yeah, man, it's almost dinner time. He getting fresh.
Yeah, just like his picture.
Yeah, I need to do the same. I need to get myself fresh to death. Yeah, I don't think we got too much more on the agenda today, but I definitely like to thank y'all. Do want to shout out my boy DJ, man. He is officially a Hornet tomorrow. So y'all root him on. Wish him the best.
Oh yeah. It's all love, Jamie G.
So I don't have any exciting news from me. So I'm
already
here
shared
though.
it. You shared it
I
with
know.
the Alabama A&M.
Mine ain't bringing in no dollars though.
Not yet. It's an investment. You planted a seed.
Yeah, it's just trying to make some things happen, man. But we gonna continue to do our thing, and man, we thank y'all for tuning in as usual. So, if I know you ain't been there that long, but how you liking Montgomery so far?
It's been straight, actually. Of course, I haven't done a lot, but the people I have met, they've been like genuine people. And the barbershop I went to today is right across from the campus. And so this is something that I always talk about. When you walk up to the barbershop, ASU Hornets all around the window. You go in there, Hornets on the wall, pictures. You know where you at. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, you knew you were somewhere where some type of team or something that supported. And I think that type of thing is very important. That's things that I look for when I go into these SWAC cities. How much of the school do I see? So, I mean, like I said, the people have been good. I've been welcomed with open arms. Met a lot of good people. So, did they give you a book?
Can they cut it out?
Hey, it may look like you. I got a bowl because my hairline getting back so far. But I still claim UAPB, but UAPB they not cutting the check right now, so I gotta.
Yeah, that's always been our thing. Where the check is, where the money reside. But before we get out of here, man, I wanted to ask you, are they selling Century 21 jackets in the bookstore?
Alabama State?
Yeah.
I haven't been in there.
You need to go and see if they're selling Century 21 jackets, bro. I want one. I want me a real estate jacket.
I got you. I go in there and check the real estate agent. But
yeah. I'm not gonna mess with your boy no more. You affiliated now.
Yeah. We gotta put some respect on his name right now. But
I don't want to get no call, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna back off.
But hey, I don't know what to do though. PB coming to town for the Turkey Day Classic, so yeah, it's gonna
be in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a split decision.
Hey, just wear a black shirt.
Yeah, either side, huh?
Just wear a black shirt and you good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the way to solve that. Black shirt and a plain black hat. Just
just neutral.
Yeah, and then just sit in the end zone and ease which side like they winning.
Yeah, whoever winning, go celebrate with them.
Hey, you got a black shirt on, man. One year they passed our reversible hats at the Bayou Classic. So I'm sure that year a lot of people flipped them hats over. I saw that was back in the 90s. I saw way more blue hats at the end of the game than I did at the beginning. So
Yeah, man.
All right, well, man, yeah, like I said, it's my dinner time. Y'all know how that go. So I got to get on up out of here. We got to let DJ get some rest for his big day. And like to thank y'all for tuning in, man. See y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
In July. Getting closer and closer to the season. So, hey, let's have another great show next week.
All right.
We'll catch y'all next week.